It started as just another morning. My phone alarm went off at exactly 6:42 a.m., like it always did. But when I looked at the screen, something felt wrong. The alarm name wasn't mine anymore. Instead of saying morning routine, it read, "Your time will come again at 6:42. I blinked. I figured it was a glitch, a new phone update or something. But when I tried to delete the alarm, the option was gone. I shrugged it off, shut it down, and got ready for work. But when I stepped out of the apartment, my neighbor, Mrs. Ellis, was standing in the hall, crying into her phone. She said her husband had collapsed at home early that morning. "At what time?" I asked gently. She sniffled. "Just before 7. Around 6:40, I think." My stomach twisted. That night I checked the alarm again. It had reset itself. The new time, 6:42 a.m. The label, "Tomorrow is not promised." I didn't remember typing that. I tried changing the alarm manually, nothing worked. When I held the power button to shut off my phone, it refused to turn off. The screen dimmed, then lit up again, showing a blank black background with one white line. "Sleep while you still can." My heart was racing. I put the phone in the kitchen drawer and left it there overnight. But at exactly 6:42 a.m., I heard it again. The alarm tone had changed. It wasn't my usual ringtone. It was a slow, hollow pulse, like a heartbeat echoing through the walls. When I opened the drawer, the phone's flashlight was blinking faintly, casting long shadows across the counter. On the screen was a list of names and times. Mine was the first one, Ethan Marshall, 6:42 a.m. Below it, new names kept appearing, one by one. By the second day, it got worse. I tried factory resetting the phone, changing the SIM, even switching devices, but the alarm followed me. Every time I synced my data, even on a new phone, it appeared again, same name, same time. The final straw came when I tried deleting all my alarms. The phone restarted by itself. The speaker came alive, whispering in a digital voice that didn't sound human. Once the time is set, the alarm always rings. The clock icon on the screen started spinning wildly, stopping again at 6:42 a.m. That night, I didn't sleep at all. When the time came, I sat staring at the phone, determined to stay awake and prove it wrong. The moment it rang, my apartment lights flickered. The sound of the alarm was deeper this time, like it was coming from inside the room. Then, I heard my own voice whisper behind me, repeating the same words that were on the screen. "Your time will come again at 6:42. I wasn't the only one. The morning after that voice, I searched online for hours, typing everything I could think of. Alarm keeps ringing by itself. Phone glitch at same time every day. Alarm says my time will come. Buried deep in a forgotten forum, I found a thread titled The 642 Club. It was nearly 10 years old. Dozens of users had written about the same thing, their phones creating alarms they couldn't delete, all ringing at exactly 6:42 a.m. Some of the usernames had last posted years ago. A few had left final messages like, "Mine just rang again. It's getting closer." If you skip the alarm, it finds another way. My hands were shaking as I scrolled. One user, @ClockKeeper, claimed to have traced the code. They said it was hidden in a discontinued sleep tracking app from 2012 called Somnia Sync. It was supposed to analyze your REM cycles, but according to them, it collected something else. The app doesn't monitor sleep, the post read. It records the moments between it. That night, I found the old APK file and installed it on a blank phone. When I opened it, the screen flickered white before a single prompt appeared. "Welcome back, Ethan Marshall." My chest tightened. How did it know my name? I didn't hit anything. Still, the interface loaded. It showed a graph, jagged, uneven lines, all peaking at 6:42 a.m. for every single day on record. At the bottom, one small red button blinked. See next cycle. Against my better judgment, I pressed it. The phone froze for several seconds. Then a video began playing, faintly lit, grainy footage from what looked like a hospital room. Someone was asleep in the bed. Heart monitor flatlined at exactly 6:42 a.m. And then the figure in the bed sat up, gasping, staring directly at the camera. It was me. I dropped the phone. It clattered onto the floor, but the video kept looping, playing distorted audio that sounded like breathing and static, whispering through a radio. When I picked it up again, the video had ended, replaced by a new line of text. You've been awake too long. That night, I unplugged everything. No Wi-Fi, no Bluetooth, no power. I left the phone in the freezer and tried to sleep. But at exactly 6:42 a.m., my smoke detector beeped once, a perfect imitation of my phone's alarm tone. Then another beep came from the hallway, and another. A low hum spread through the apartment, electric, rhythmic, pulsing in time with my heartbeat. I ran to the window and saw lights flickering across the city apartments. Cars, phones, all flashing like synchronized beacons. In the distance, I heard hundreds of alarms ringing at once, each one starting at 6:42. By morning, I checked the forum again. The thread was gone. The whole website returned a message that said, "Server error, time limit reached." When I looked at my phone again, the alarm icon wasn't there anymore. Instead, the time display on the home screen read 6:41, frozen, refusing to move forward. And for the first time since this began, the silence felt worse than the ringing. By the next morning, my clock still hadn't moved. It stayed frozen at 6:41 a.m., no matter how many times I restarted my phone. The silence was unbearable, a void that hummed under my skin. When I finally reconnected my Wi-Fi, a single notification appeared on the screen. Somnia Sync has finished collecting your data. I hadn't touched that app since the night before. I tried opening it, but instead of the usual interface, the screen went black. Then, faintly, a loading bar appeared. Below it, a message pulsed in red. Cycle complete. Preparing for next user. My blood ran cold. I went to the police. I showed them everything, the app, the alarms, the videos. The officer gave me that look people give when they're trying not to laugh. He said, "Maybe it's malware. Don't download weird stuff." But as he handed my phone back, it buzzed in his hand. The alarm went off at 6:42 a.m. Everyone in the station froze. Every phone on every desk started ringing with the same hollow tone, the same pulse that had haunted me for weeks. Officers looked at each other, confused, terrified. The captain's voice cracked through the noise. "Shut those things off." But they couldn't. Every phone displayed the same thing, the same name. Ethan Marshall, 6:42 a.m. And under it, a single new line appeared. Cycle in progress. The lights in the station flickered, screens dimming and glowing in perfect sync. I stumbled backward, clutching my phone, trying to turn it off, but instead of shutting down, it switched to the camera. For a split second, I saw my reflection on the screen, but I wasn't standing in the same room anymore. Behind me was a white wall, a flatline beep, a heart monitor. Then I realized the reflection wasn't showing now. It was showing then. That hospital room from the video. The one where I sat up after the flatline. The same moment, the same 6:42. I woke up lying on the floor of my apartment, drenched in sweat. The alarm was silent. The city was quiet. The clock on the wall blinked 6:42 over and over, refusing to change. I picked up my phone. The app was gone. All that remained was one simple alarm, the default tone labeled Final Wake Up. When I tapped it, nothing happened. But for the first time in days, I felt calm, like the waiting was over. I sat on the bed, staring at the sunrise. The sky burned gold, the world still frozen at 6:42. Then the alarm tone began again. Soft, distant. It wasn't coming from my phone anymore. It was coming from outside, from every apartment, every car, every home. And as it rang, I realized the truth. The alarm was never for me. It was for everyone else to wake them up when I finally stopped. If your alarm ever goes off at a time you didn't set, don't hit snooze. Because once it rings, it's already too late. The next time your phone buzzes at 6:42 a.m., it won't be a reminder to wake up. It'll be a reminder that you never did. Hit subscribe, drop a like, and turn on the bell before the next cycle begins. Because the next alarm might not be yours, but it's already ringing,